we go. Good morning. I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Friday, weekend, woo! What's everyone doing this weekend? Do you know yet? Or are you just winging it? I don't know what I'm doing yet this weekend. Okay, let's get into the mini reads. If you want a mini read, you can book one in right now. There's a link in the live chat there. If you're watching me on replay, you can book in at any time from my website, behealing.com. And I'll do it right at the start, just like I'm about to do Joe's. Hello, Joe. Thank you for booking in. So Joe asks, what's going on with Richard? Where do we go from here? Hi, Maria. So let's find out for Joe. Oy. We had an exciting day on the island yesterday. There was two, what do you call them, Royal Navy, probably, here, ships here to be sunk so that we've got new wreck dive sites here. And so they had a big to-do about it all with loads of guys, naval guys and army guys and stuff in uniforms and music and all kinds of things, and they sank the ships. That was exciting. Anyway, Joe, let's get Joe some cards out. What's going on with Richard? What's going on with Richard, says Joe. Where'd you go from here? Okay. This is quite clear, isn't it? Express love and judgment separates. Difference in love languages is what we've got here. Now, I just heard it might be best to utilise them all. You know how we all have our particular love languages? Like some people like to give gifts. I had a friend that was like that. She was big gift giver. She was kind of really materialistic. It was just her thing, you know? And yeah, very into gifts. So some people are like that. Some people like to do service. That's a popular one, right? Acts of service. Some people, words of affirmation. So some people like to say it, they like to hear it. We like to be loved in certain ways. Yeah, acts of service. What else is there? Anyway, there's various love languages, and ideally we would be using them all, right? Unless your person is just like really like minimalist, doesn't want any gifts kind of thing, would you not get them gifts? But even then you can get food, right? Anyway, I'm hearing like with this express love and judgment separates, there's an amount of disbelief going on in this relationship. Probably due to the fact maybe you both previous relationships, you weren't loved right, and so kind of on guard for not being loved right. There's a defensiveness about these cards. I think you need to talk about it. How you both express love, how you like to be loved by the other one, and I heard like use all of them. So we can't like say if we are, say with gifts, we just like gifts and words of affirmation. So we want to be told I love you and we want to receive gifts from them. Say we're that. We can't just like dig our heels in and say, no, this is the way that you need to love me and you need to accept love off me like this way because my way's right. We need to take into account both people's love languages and try and do all of them, right? Not let one person win, because relationships aren't about winning. So there's a way that someone is expressing love, probably both of you, and you're both not receiving it like that, and you need to know each other better in that kind of a way. So neither feeling loved. There's a and it's not because there's not love there, but neither feeling it. There's a mismatch going on here, but it's not a mismatch. It's not like an incompatibility. It's just something that needs to be worked out so that you understand each other better. And listen, doubt cancels abundance. Someone's got a fear about money as well. It doesn't even need to be playing out. I mean, it doesn't. Someone can have a fear of money and they could have like $100,000 in the bank. It doesn't need to be evident. It doesn't matter how much money you've got to have the fears in you about it. Someone's got a fear about money here, and it might be, they might, I don't know whether it's you, Joe, or them, or Richard, but might not be owning up to it, might be keeping it quiet, because when we've got fears like that, we don't want to own up to it because we don't want to make it real. We think that if we admit to this fear that it's actually going to be worse. Thank you, Maria. It's the mini Bieber palette. I bought it a couple of weeks ago when there was a Sephora sale here. And I haven't used it until today, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to get that out and I'm going to use it. It's nice, hey? Mini Bieber, Natasha Donona. I like her little palettes. I've got a lot of them and I hardly ever use them, but I just kind of like them because they're small. I guess I've collected them. So Joe, I hope that helps you out. Yes, definitely both needing to be you need to talk to each other about whether you feel loved or not, and not like an accusing each other kind of a thing, because there's love between you both. It's just the way that you both express it. You both need to understand how you both express love and how you like to receive love, and then do all of them. Both of you do all of them. There we go. So if anyone else wants one, book yourself in right now. There's a link there in the live chat. So let's get some cards out for Twin Flame, shall we? Let's do it. Oh, I've got a light. I've attached my microphone to my bra today because it pulls this t-shirt down. You like the way I've applied it? Thank you. I'm getting quite good at it. It's got some dark colours in it, this one. A lot of the palettes that I've got don't have dark colours so much in there. But this has 2 dark colours in it. It's nice. Hey Kaylee. Yesterday I went for a run on the beach in the morning, and then I had my physical therapy session, which was great. Happy. There's nothing wrong with my shoulder. There's nothing intrinsically wrong with my shoulder. Whew. And now I've got exercises and movements and stuff to do to fix it, and I'm happy. Very happy that there's not anything dreadfully wrong with it. And yeah, she gave me a bit of a massage as well, so it's a little bit sore at the front of my shoulder, but happy days. And then what did I do? Just relax in the afternoon, did I? Oh, to the shops. The shops wasn't bad. It was who I bumped into on the way. Obviously a very lonely man. He really likes me, I know, but it's boring. It really bores me. Anyway, 15 minutes he had me like locked in conversation, boring me to death. Anyway. Ace of Pentacles. We've got a big offer here. And the 10 of Pentacles, building something up for the long term. I had 2 weird dreams last night. It was one, really. I think one dream. But in both of them, it's because I watched a movie yesterday. And in the movie, she had a boyfriend. She got pregnant with that boyfriend. And then she wasn't really in love with him. But they had the baby together, and then, hello butterflies. I can take donations if you want, but if you're talking about getting mini reads, you can book one in. Like if you book it on my website, there is the best way, rather than doing it the donation way. I want to keep donations as donations now, rather than try and use them as payments, you know? Keep it clean. Ace of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. Really nice. Big offer. Anyway, that movie, yeah, she he wanted to know then, like, because he's in love with her and he wanted to know, and she's like, she couldn't answer him, and it's like, well, that gives me my answer then. And so they broke up, and then the one that she thought that she was in love with eventually kind of made a move on her, and she realized, no, it's actually not him, it's the father of my kid. Anyway, he was very sweet, you know, he was a very sweet guy. Nice, you know, a nice guy. So I can understand the way that she was like, wasn't in love with him. But it obviously got me thinking, because I had a couple of dreams that were similar to that too. Two nice guys wanting to go out with me, you know. Then we've got the Three of Wands, waiting on a big offer, someone to invest in the long term, that kind of thing. Someone to build with, waiting on that, waiting for perfect timing to give that offer. If there is someone that's like that has got their eye on you, I don't know. Waiting. And then we've got the Ten of Cups, the happily ever after too. So this is getting complicated now, isn't it? This is like, and fulfill my heart as well. Build something with me, fulfill my heart. Teamwork, someone that we're on the same page with. Three of Pentacles. Someone that I'm on the same page with. Five of Cups, because of disappointments in the past. Oh, looking back with regrets, just lack mentality. Knight of Cups and romance too. So it's like, yeah, I want everything. I want someone to build with, someone that gives me a big offer, someone to build with for the long term, someone that's going to fulfill my heart. Ten of Cups, that's a lot to ask for. Not that it's a lot to ask for, just this, all of this is a lot to ask for. This is a lot of pressure for one person to be all of that. Now, I'm not saying don't look for exactly what you want in a relationship, but I'm just getting this feeling with this Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Three of Pentacles too. It's perhaps asking too much of one person, because there's nothing wrong with the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is really nice. As long as you've got a balanced life and you are getting your cups filled in many ways, you know, in different aspects of your life, you know, through friendships, through your work, through, I don't know, charity work, or, you know, whatever you fill your life up with, it's filling your heart up. Looking after pets, it could be anything, you know, but as long as you've got a full life, not a problem. I'm just getting this feeling like this is a lot of pressure. And romance, you know, and it's got to be romantic too. And they've got to be a bit of a bad boy. Do you know what I mean? It's like putting it all on into an impossible mix. Someone that I can work with, someone I'm on the same page with, you know. Five of Cups is like, this doesn't exist. Maybe it doesn't exist. Hey, Mandy. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. It was looking really good, and now it's looking like I want the moon on a stick on a Friday afternoon, please. With romance. With romance. Oh. Okay. Reverse diet's going well. I'm enjoying eating a lot of food. My body's enjoying it too. Perhaps I need to do a video on reverse dieting. Oh, I might do that today. Do you know what it is? Does anyone know what that is? Interesting thing. It's an interesting thing to improve your metabolism. Okay, what are we talking about? I don't know. Yes or no? Yes or no? I'm pretending that I don't know, but actually I do know. The Two of Air. When we ask the cards, is this the right person for me? And then really, deep down, we know that it isn't. because it would have been working out right away if it was. But we asked the cards anyway, hoping that we given a different answer. Right? And then the Maiden of Earth. She's ready for something new. The Maiden of Earth, she takes her place among the blossoms. Is that what it says? Something like that. Takes a place among the new blossoms of the field. See? She brings a sense of lightness and gratitude, joyful appreciation and celebration of everyday blessings. So she's in the flow of life, lots of good stuff around her. There's such a positive feeling here on this island yesterday. I really liked it. The vibe, just the whole vibe of it. I didn't go to the party. A bit of a festival going on for it. I didn't go to that. I wanted my sleep more than anything. Because the trouble is with not doing CrossFit and Muay Thai is that I don't sleep very well if I'm not doing that kind of an exercising every day. I slept okay last night though. Well, but it was hard to get to sleep because there was a massive party going on the island. So the Maiden of Earth, about being playful, energetic, appreciative of life, of what people and life has to offer, and all of that kind of thing. The deep question that you're wanting to ask cards and pendulums and crystals and stuff like that, it's saying, but you already know. It's like there's a feeling here of like, just go with the flow of life. Everything works out. But when something doesn't work out, you don't go like, grab hold of it and go, is this it? Should this be working out for me, cards? Should it? It's like the universe says, let go. Let go of that person, would you? Something like that. Go with the flow instead, because there's good things in our lives. Then we've got spell casting, which is the Strength card. Spell casting. It's a Strength card, but of course. Mastering yourself, managing resources, creating change, working in harmony with the divine. Now, there's been a lot of that in the energy updates lately. Creating change for ourselves, not making excuses anymore, not defending bad choices, not making excuses, all of that kind of get on with it kind of an energy. Manage your resources and master yourself. Did anyone check out Andrew Huberman's podcast yesterday, or was it the day before? Very interesting, about mental health. Very interesting. Brought up family stuff for me because they were talking about, it was Paul Conti, and they were talking about people who use humour as a weapon, and it's not really humour, it's just being nasty. It's like being sarcastic, but negative sarcastic about people. It's not funny. It's a weapon. It's aggressive. My family were like that. They use that all the time. So hurtful and so rude as well. And they did it to other people. I was just mortified. They did it to my friends, did it to my partners. I was just like, and I'd feel shame. I would feel shame. And these people would say, your family, I know, I'm sorry. And they're like, what are you sorry for? I used to take it on. I was so ashamed of them and the way that they treated people. And that was the thing now, is it wasn't all right for them to treat people like that. But I hadn't yet seen, not for a long time, it wasn't okay for them to treat me like that, and they had the whole of my life. Anyway. Managing ourselves. It's well worth listening to that podcast. I might listen to it again because I fell asleep. I did, Joe. It's right at the beginning of the show, so I think you can scoot back and watch it. Scoot back and watch it, Joe. I think you can while I'm live, or you might need to wait until I'm finished. Some people, when they come along to this, they start watching from the beginning somehow, because you can tell by the messages they're answering questions like from the beginning and stuff. So, 3 of Earth. 3 of Earth, it looks nice. Got pairs. You're welcome, Joe. I hope it helps you out. The 3 of Earth, mastering ourselves. Plant life. The 3 of Earth is a result of what can be done when different elements combine together. There's a feeling of community I'm getting here. You might want to get your needs met by more than one person and not expect too much of a lover. It's a big energy of that in this reading today. Working with others as a part of a team will allow you to accomplish more, or even something completely different than if you were to work alone. Group, team, community. It takes a community. That was another thing that came up as well. So family stuff coming up for me yesterday after listening to that. And then the whole, it takes a community, you know, thing. Remember, like when my kids were little, my family just really resented anything that they did for them. Not for the kids, but toward me. Like, I should have been doing that. I should have been the only person that was doing that. So if they did something for them, it'd be okay toward the kids, but then they turn around to me and go, like, you should have been the one that doing that. So like, it stabbed me with it, you know? Like all the responsibility was mine, and they would do these things, but I should have been doing it all myself. So weird. It's just so weird from the place I'm at now of being detached from them from all of that for so long, to like look back and see it from my perspective now, and like, my God, it was so dysfunctional, so dysfunctional. Anyway, let's forget to quieten this down. In this show. Next we've got the 4 of Earth. So the 3 to the 4. Huh. A community kind of a feel. And then, and I know, I think like a lot of the Western world has gone in that direction, right? So that we're all alone now and we've got to do everything ourselves. Not like that here, not in the slightest. Not even a little bit. The 4 of Earth is power, resources and energy that have been collected and stored and put in a safe place until needed. This is a time to store, to save, to conserve. There'll come a time when all that you save will come in handy. So what you've learned is what I'm getting from that. Collection of gifts. You know, the energy update today was about being allowed, telling yourself that you're allowed to have things, you're allowed to receive. There's an element of that there as well, that you can keep things until you need them. You don't need to give them away. Just because you're not needing something right now doesn't mean that it's useless. And that goes for lessons that you've learned as well. Just because you're not using it right now. I've got a feeling like you might be using lessons learned a while ago. Again, or soon. Anyone like a mini read? For one question read, you can ask about anything. Doesn't have to be about relationships. Could be about work, could be general guidance, whatever you want, really. What next? 5 of Fire. Jupiter. 7, okay. Good things are afoot. Enjoy them. Whatever lucky break comes our way is a gift which can be enjoyed for its own sake, or it can be parlayed into something even greater. Be in the moment. Don't expect things to be more than they are in the moment. Go with the flow and be grateful for what you've got, and don't ask for too much. So don't be pushing someone away just because they're not perfect and they're not offering you everything. Enjoy what is coming to you for its own sake alone. It could be parlayed into something greater. Use the happiness and optimism that the gift generates to create even more good luck by seeking out even more experiences. So, yeah. Be careful not to push people away that are offering you some kind of love just because it's not exactly the moon on the stick and romance and everything that you want on a Friday at 3:33 p.m. You know? Start enjoying what is on offer, because it feels like it takes a community to love us. And wanting everything in one partner is too much pressure. I'm not saying like, so settle for someone that's incompatible. I'm not saying that at all. But trying to get everything from one person, too much. Too much. The Four of Water. I like this card. Just kind of stood on the edge of the well. Looks like she might be diving in. Four of Water. Healing. Four of Water brings with it the promise of healing, emotional, physical, perhaps of a relationship. Although there may be a bit of pain involved, the long run promises relief and smooth sailing. Stuff coming up. Do you feel it? There's stuff coming up. Yep. I think someone's coming in and there's an element of healing, or perhaps like me, listening to podcasts and stuff, and it's bringing stuff up from the past, not in a bad way. I mean, it's a bit uncomfortable facing that stuff, but it's also very enlightening too. You know, especially if it's something that you've walked away from, you don't have around you anymore, and then when you're reminded of that energy because someone talks about it, and then a doctor talks about, well, a psychiatrist, I think he is, talks about how dysfunctional all of that is, and you're like, damn, yeah, it was really dysfunctional. Just seeing it from this place away from that experience now, away from the emotional aspect of it. Not that it's not bringing up emotions, but yeah. This too, the other way around. Okay. This, expecting someone to be everything. When have we had that done to ourselves? My family did that to me. It's almost like I was the most capable, and so they expected me to be perfect and do everything, and I don't even know why. I don't know why all that pressure was put on me, but you might have learned to kind of live up to that and then be expecting it from other people too. There's a chance of healing here. Not them. Two more cards, please. Definitely need to get the miserable ladies out to get a little bit of practicalities into this. Five of Earth is to keep chipping away at it. You know how healing is like layers of an onion. You keep on peeling those layers. Tarot. The Two of Earth, where the emotions, the water meets the land, the material. It's about what we're looking for perfection, when it's not actually what we want. But if we find that healing, we won't be looking for perfection. It's something about our emotional state because of what we've been through that has us looking for perfection. Someone up in the plants. I hope this is resonating with someone. It's kind of interesting picking it apart myself. No, I'm not going to do Miserable Ladies. I'm going to do those ones. Starchild Tarot instead. Because I think this might be more helpful about the healing stuff, you know. Anyone still with me on this? Feel very quiet. I live on the side of a hill. And so the gardens are like that. There's someone up in the garden. Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands. I feel like they should be the other way around, but we'll take them as they are. The Knight of Wands. After everything you've worked towards and experienced, your personal goals and ambitions have become crystal clear. We see that in this top row. You have the self-determination to make things happen and the courage and conviction to pursue your dreams with confidence and ease. Make sure to plan accordingly, or you may feel too rushed along the way. The Knight of Wands is an affectionate and disciplined individual. They're able to balance their emotions in order to take power and control of their lives, but underneath the surface, they're highly sensitive. This person does not forget harsh words easily and sometimes has trouble letting go of negative attachments. The Knight of Wands is also very determined when it comes to getting things done. They have the vision and drive to reach their goals, but sometimes can be too hasty or impulsive due to their enthusiasm. So reverse, you might be feeling stuck or frustrated due to external pressures. There may be a lack of inner strength or confidence occurring. I need to understand how actions and thoughts may affect reality or other people. Foolish risk-taking or impulsivity, perhaps without thinking of potential consequences along the way. And then the Page. There may be new events and opportunities ahead. And I'm feeling it's like this reading is saying, don't dismiss them. You're allowed to receive from them. Do you know what I mean? We can't wait until perfection is in front of us to allow ourselves to receive, because that is a wounding kind of thing, isn't it? I'm not going to receive from anyone until it's perfect. We do that to protect ourselves. There's a message in this reading of it taking a village, the whole community, and us needing to allow love, abundance, whatever it is, in piecemeal of whatever's being offered, not pushing it away because it's too uncomfortable, because it's not the everything, it's not the perfect thing yet. I think it's important with that Knight of Wands, after everything we've worked towards and experienced, personal goals and ambitions have become crystal clear. It's important that we know what it is that we want, but it's important that we don't exclude everything because it's not everything. Anything because it's not everything. There may be new events and opportunities ahead. Be sure to move forward with clear intentions, always remembering to be confident in your abilities. The fruition of creativity and ideas, new adventures just beyond the horizon. The Page of Wands signifies an outgoing and an enthusiastic individual who's adventurous and risk-taking. Their innocence and possible naivety give them a certain fresh outlook, which may be in many ways a blessing in disguise. They've not yet been influenced by the stress and chaos of the world, which also allows them to savour and appreciate life's simple pleasures. This individual is bearer of positive opportunities and experiences. There's a sense of optimism, kindness and generosity, but possibly also impatience. It sounds promising, but I think we need to be open, perhaps a bit more open than we've been. Still watching Maria. Writing up your daily readings for the collective. Okay. Let's get another couple of cards out. The Three of Crystals. It's a bit weird with my glowing spot. Oh, we've got 3 more cards out. Obviously need to hear what this is about, because we've got the Ace of Crystals again. The first card out, and then the Three of Cups. So, Three of Crystals, first of all, what is the message here? Crystals. Where are you? Three of Crystals. The Three of Crystals is an indication that you've reached a state of accomplishment after all of your hard work. With this new insight, you understand the steps you'll need to take in order to maintain your success. The Three of Crystals also signifies great skill, passion, and manifestation of creative projects. It's also the acknowledgement and appreciation of teamwork, friendship, and collaboration. You're not someone who comes off as superior to others. Rather, you appreciate the qualities that each individual has to offer. A great sense of wisdom, spiritual enlightenment, and modesty, which comes through the embodiment of unconditional love. You appreciate the qualities that each individual has to offer you. We need to let people into our lives and appreciate what they are offering. And not push them away because they're not perfect and exactly what we're looking for. Then the Ace of Crystals signifies a new and prosperous beginning. This is the fruition of wealth and abundance and the attainment of your dreams. You're capable of manifesting your goals while also appreciating the payoff of your success. From this state of understanding comes the ability to identify the opportunities as they arise and those routes which align best with your heart. This speaks of your innate trust in your intuition and the choices which support your own spiritual growth. You understand and prioritize what matters most. Remember, the power of positive visualization combined with a sense of gratitude will only attract more abundance into your life. Remember, loving and appreciating people that come into our lives, even though they're not perfect and the one that we're looking for, will attract more into our lives. And then the Three of Cups. Peoples. Three of Cups indicates a time of celebration, creative energy and social gatherings. This highlights an emergence of spiritual and psychic growth as you learn to raise your vibe to entirely new levels. You surround yourself with people you love and who love you. And together you create wonderful, blissful memories. If you've been overexerting yourself in some way, now would be an opportune time to relax and take a break. Have a Kit Kat. Give yourself permission to explore the interests which fulfill you both spiritually and emotionally. What future adventures lie just beyond the horizon? It's looking good, isn't it? A lot of cards saying like something's about to happen, but you need to be a bit more open. You know exactly what it is that you want now, but don't stay in that fearful place of like, I'm only going to open up for that perfect person, because the perfect person doesn't exist. We need to start letting people in now, and it takes a village to love us. There's adventures ahead, but we need to be open for them. That's what we've got. That's what I've got for you. So, there it is. I'm not even thinking of picking cards out for Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. I don't think it's appropriate because we've just been told we need to be open. more. Let that loving in. From whoever shows up. Of course, we still need to be like, you know, don't let the abusers in and stuff like that. But I'm not talking about that. This is talking about having taken it beyond that level of not just, you know, not seeing the red flags and stuff, or noticing the red flags and saying no to that. You know, the abusers and the narcissists and all of that kind of thing. This is saying, but now you've got super, super specific about what it is that you want. Don't be pushing everyone away because they're not perfect. I would say there's love around us. And to let it in. It's interesting, isn't it? Because it's kind of Joe's reading right at the start was similar to that too. It's like, let it all in. Let it all the love languages, let it in. Let it be enough. For someone to love you in the way that they do love you. Or, you know, to share something with someone in the way that you can share it with them. Without them having to be offering you everything. So I hope that helps you out, everybody. Thank you for coming along. I'll be putting a bigger card read out later, which is how do they feel about you? It's how do they feel about your Friday? So check that out. And don't forget, keep on commenting and liking the videos and all of that kind of stuff for your entries into that drawer for the private readings. And of course, the deeper dives as well from the pick a card reads. Don't forget to be purchasing those too. What else can I tell you? I'm going to try and put a video out on my other channel this weekend too. I won't be doing a celebrity reading. I don't have time. Not this week. Anyway, maybe perhaps next week for that. But have a good one, everyone. I hope you have a great weekend. Let's do this all over again on Monday. I feel like I've got something to do on Monday. No, I've got something to do on Tuesday. Yeah, let's do this all over again on Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone, and I'll see you next time.